These are parts that I use to, tools that I use to put the bushings in the throttle base. This is a standard straight flute reamer, 6 flutes, has a 5/16 diameter shaft, which is the size of the Quadrajet primary shaft. These are the bushings that will go into the base. You notice they slide right onto this shaft. The size of this reamer is what they call a dowel pin reamer, and it's .3745. That's the size you want. That gives you just enough interference to where the bushing is tight, but not too tight. I'll put a note on this video of where the suppliers are to buy this. It's a company called McMaster Car. I'll give you part numbers. Bushings come from the same outfit. These are what they call an Oolite bronze bushing, which means they're impregnated with some type of lubricant, so they're self-lubricating. So in theory, you would never have it wearing out like it did originally just in this aluminum. This here is a high-tech installation tool, 5/16 bolt. When we go to install the bushing, we'll slide it over the bolt. The bolt will go in here, and see that helps keep it in line because it guides through the center, and we just hammer it down. This is a cordless drill I use. You can use cord drill, cordless drill. And if you notice the reamer, I've marked this spot here because the way this is going to work is we're going to chuck the reamer in to the drill itself. And that's why you need a 6 fluted reamer, so it indexes with these chuck keys. And we tighten it up. And if you notice, I've just marked it. This is not critical. You go a little bit past, it's fine. If you were to come up shallow a little bit, you can just put it back in and go in a little bit more. But it's just a reference mark for me to know where to stop. Now, because we're using the reamer in reverse, the drill has to run in reverse because the reamer's meant to go the other way. They're meant to cut like in this direction, clockwise. So when we go in the drill, we're going to be using this edge to cut into our base plate. And because this is a 5/16 shaft like the original, it's going to slide in, and now we're going to be indexed. See, we're going through all the shafts. We go through all the shafts because that's going to keep you nice and straight. That's the big problem with putting bushings in there, is if these are just a little bit off, the shaft's going to bind and it's not going to be worth anything. So what we do is we check our reamer in. Tighten it up. You see, I have it in reverse right now. I'm going to be doing this in reverse. It's best to do this in a vise. I mean, if you got the monster grip, you can hang on to it and then put the drill in. So remember, we got the drill running in reverse. We're going to slide the shaft right through. The drill is in reverse, and we just want to put some constant pressure. See, it cuts right through that aluminum. I went up to my line, and we come out. We're going to do the same to the other side. We just flip it over. I'm going to change up my battery, it's getting a little low. Swapped out the battery. So now we just go back through the other side. Index all the way down. Now we're on top. And just keep constant pressure. And And I just went down to my index line that I had. See, that's your holes right there, nice and clean. So what we'll do next is we'll install the bushings. Like I say, we take the 5/16 bolt. I think this thing's about 5.5 inches long, 6, something like that. I'll put that information on a printed sheet in the video with the supplier's part number, so on and so on. And we just slide it on and we drop it right through. So now it's indexing with the center shaft going all the way through to the other shaft. And just take a ball peen hammer and just make sure it's flat, that's all. Sometimes it gets a little stuck, you just tap on it, it'll come out. Might fight you a little. Pull it out. You got one bushing installed. And the whole thing with these is you just want to make sure they're flush. If they stick up a little, they're going to interfere with the length of your shaft and your fast idle deal on the other side. If your hole was shallow and you drove them in and it was just sticking up, just take a file it off, take the burr off. Not the end of the world. Now we'll basically do the same thing to the other side. Put our bushing on, drop it in, so now it's sitting square. Same deal. Pull the bolt out. Now you've got 2 bushings installed. And they should be perfectly in line because we're using that reamer shaft as our guide to go through. This is, really the only way that you're going to be able to do this at home with the drill, with a hand drill. Otherwise, years ago when I first started rebuilding carburetors and doing these bushings, I used to have a jig set up on a drill press, and it was just designated for this. Set them up, and I had shafts that I would put into the drill press so it was perfect. And but this method here, anybody can do it at home. Okay, this is the shaft that I removed, and I've cleaned it up and stuff. This coating, this green coating on here is from the factory, is a Teflon coating. They use that to, as a lubricant, so that it wasn't wearing the aluminum out. Now I'm going to take this shaft and glass beat it because I'll replate all this and put a dichromate conversion on here that looks like the factory. So let me bead this and I'll show you the difference. This is the shaft after I bead blasted. You see all the Teflon's off it. Nice and shiny, clean. This is done in with glass bead, like 100 mesh. Now we'll see how it fits in the base. See, it's perfect. No binding, perfect alignment on the shaft. Doesn't get any simpler than that.